The series that started it all. Well, it did, long before there was Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, and not to mention the movies, there was this show. And I'm here to review the episode, The Galileo 7. While the Enterprise is en route to Marcus 3 to deliver much-needed medical supplies, Kirk sends a crew commanded by Mr. Spock in the shuttlecraft Galileo to investigate a quasar-like formation. But soon after, they are pulled off course and crash land on a small planet. While they all struggle to get the shuttlecraft fixed and get off this planet, the crew discovers that they are not quite alone, that this planet is inhabited by Bigfoots, creatures who are 10 or 12 feet tall and savage killers. They all want to defend themselves with phasers, but Spock doesn't believe in killing at all because it's not logical. And they constantly butt heads with Spock, especially Mr. Beaumont, played by Don Marshall. And during that time, Captain Kirk is constantly butting heads with Commissioner Ferris, played by John Crawford, who's trying to make sure that the Enterprise deliver the medical supplies to Marcus 3 on time. And Kirk is still struggling to find his crewmen. But it won't be long before he's forced to abandon search. Will the crew get back alive? And will they be found, or will they be killed by the Bigfoots? Well, and I'm sure y'all have seen this episode already, but in case you haven't, I'm not gonna tell you any spoilers on that part, no. Like I say, this was a pretty good episode. It's one of the first few episodes that puts Spock in the spotlight. Spock is put in a command position where he is struggling to win the respect of his crewmen that see him nothing more than a heartless machine. But the respect he does seek comes soon after he abandons his awesome intellect and makes a decision based on emotion. It's not a very good first command for Mr. Spock, because his failure with the enemy, because Spock's rational mind cannot deal with or understand an irrational foe, and you probably know he loses lives as a result. I like the way it also shows that there are times when you've seen in the series when Captain Kirk does bend the rules at times, but it also shows you he's equipped to follow in orders. Because, there's so much bending he can do. This was like the first episode to actually feature the shuttlecraft Galileo. I think the designers wanted to do a more fancier design, but that didn't work out. They went for what you saw on screen, the simple design. And here's what I didn't get about the ending of this episode, is when the decision Spock does make, that the whole crew is laughing at him. I don't get it. I mean, it's good for worth a chuckle, but the way they were laughing is like he told a bunch of like they were laughing at a stand-up comedian. I didn't even think it was that funny. Is the crew really laughing at Spock, or just laughing with Captain Kirk for just for the sake of laughing with him? Oh, and another trivia: the guys playing the Bigfoots were not really super tall. They just used a lot of cutaways to make them look tall. Of course, they're just trying to indicate how big they were when Spock picks up the spear. So I'm giving the Galileo 7 9 out of 10. See ya.